Everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, honey, my name is New. It's nice to meet you. If you're returning, yay, we're getting into Luxe Workshop today, y'all, where I bring you all on the journey with me of building my very own Oracle deck system. All right, y'all, not just the deck, but in the weeks to come, a system, and I'll talk more about what that means, okay? But first, I'm gonna just get into a recap of what's happened this week. All right, so I have this running spreadsheet. I have multiple things as far as documents go, but we have kind of like master documents that really you can expect to make their way through this entire project type, you feel me? So I have a spreadsheet that lists cards, all that, conditions, just different notes, details, the actual card scripts. I haven't touched this version in 2 weeks, y'all. And guess what? I swear it was the best thing I could have done for the deck, for the system, because reviewing this week helped me see how strong the cards are. It clarified for me that I have something very real emerging. I'm no longer in the phase of like coming up with new ideas to necessarily piece things together. The ideas are here. The foundation is set. And now I can use my foundation to guide how I refine moving forward. So no new ideas, just sharpening the ideas that have already been solidified, pieced together, y'all. You feel me? Okay, so the spreadsheet was very invigorating. It got me excited and it got me to get even more done than I had planned for myself. So I made some little edits, names, titles, whatever. I have this card that's popping up. I'm just loving it this week, but it's so funny. It reminded me way too much of Open Door. If you've watched our Luxe Workshop clips before now, Open Door is like our baby card that has naturally emerged from the ashes, okay? It's our OG at this point. And so I had this card, and it's basically saying like opportunities are available for you type shit. I'm like, this is not, it feels repetitive. So I'm playing with it. I eventually come to changing the name from Handshake to Pregame. Boom. So I printed out a few more. You can see it's smaller. We don't judge. All right. I do this good edit, and then I realized, like, bro, you don't really pregame in the setting that I had it in previously, which was the garden, just like Open Door. I'm like, I'm tripping. This is the greenhouse. But anyway, the pregame that was Handshake originally took place in the garden. It makes sense to handshake in the garden, right? Okay, but boom, now we're pre-gaming. You don't necessarily pre-game in the garden. The garden is where the game recognized game's already going on. You feel me? So due to the magnificent system and ecosystem ecology that is developing before our eyes, y'all, it clicked like boom. Instead of freaking out, which I've been doing a lot of over this last several weeks, just trying to make this thing make sense, y'all. Instead of freaking out, I'm like, well, where did this motherfucker go, if anywhere? The kitchen. We pregame in the kitchen, y'all. And it's just as she wrote, honey. So now we got this new concept called pregame. I forgot the condition here, y'all. That's kind of funny that I forgot to put that. So we'll circle back. But we have pregame taking place in the kitchen. This unlocked another code for your girl this week, y'all. The kitchen was really dark, and it was the best I could generate, and I'll talk about generations too. But the kitchen, all of a sudden, like I could hear the birds chirp, girl, and it started looking like the garden. The garden, it also started looking like the greenhouse. All the settings now visually look like they're in the same world. Meaning this card is not from the game of Monopoly, this card from the game of Life, another from Uno. These are all from the one same situation, y'all, which will probably help me inform the title, the final title of the day. You feel me? So everything is fitting. There's a space. I now have as well, I had these conditions last week, right, that I brought to y'all. Well, these are condition categories. So conditions fall into these 6 ranges, right? And there's a spectrum in between them. Thanks to all the movement we've been able to create with the verbiage and the imagery now. Anyway, I have settings, kitchen, garden, greenhouse. I have conditions that fall into these specific condition categories. Then we're using the deck to highlight the mundane, the everyday, including the inner resources that you can easily tap into because they're yours. They're with you at all times. So we have resources in addition to settings and conditions. In addition to them resources, we have this very key of creating more movement. And we use images, we use words to make that pop, okay? So, I've talked to you guys about how I make images. I use Midjourney and I use ChatGPT a lot. I have a $20 assistant. Her name is Chat, period. Anyway, Chat is annoying, right? And Chat is kind of narrow in the mind. And Chat is for kind of general AI anyway. MJ is specifically for image generation. It's an AI platform. MJ generates 4 images at a time. Just like ChatGPT, it'll take your prompt and listen to you and make an image. MJ provides 4 images at a time in batches, way quicker, and I have way more, just the way the platform's set up, I have way more control over the direction I want to take it in, as opposed to ChatGPT providing what it thinks is a right image. You feel me? So that's how we ended up with this very new image today for pregame. This card says, "You are enough naturally." This is the wrong damn text, y'all. That's crazy work. I don't know how that happened, but crazy. Pre-game reads as, "The door opens soon. Opportunity is forming. Be ready to move." Difference: preparation versus open door. Access. The path is opening. You can see it here. All right, y'all. So I'm going to show you a few more cards that I printed. Just because when you go to print, you feel me, there's more than one space. I don't like to waste paper and all. And I printed a few cards strategically that just forward the system overall and might help a lot in future Luxe workshops. I'm not going to get too deep into them, but I love them all, okay? Especially the images. It's hard to see here. This is a hummingbird and it's gorgeous, y'all. Last things last. We are going to double the pressure, y'all. What do I mean? Last week, we got right here in Luxe Workshop into a pressure test using tarot cards to get a better discernment on how these cards communicate and the weight they hold, period. So last week's pressure test, I would say we passed with flying colors. Y'all go check that out if you haven't. Thank you to everybody who's interested in watching. Let me know what y'all think, okay? I was talking about last week. I don't lost my train of thought. We used the tarot to clarify with flying colors. The energy's solid. It's not confused. We didn't get like what do you call it? Conflicting energies, y'all. So now I want to see what's up between two energies, same deck, same world, same system. Different messages, similar concepts, but they need to stand on their own, okay? So let's get one card to interpret alongside both. Then we'll do a baby reading using the cards to also see how they interact for a concise message here today, okay? So we have Five of Swords, which is about conflict. I think this is funny as fuck, y'all. Okay, we have Tower coming out already, which is about like sudden changes and not quite decisions, but cause and effect in a major way, revealing itself, okay, in any situation. Five of Swords is a mental energy. It's different from Five of Wands, which is about competition. This one is about conflict, okay? So right here is telling me that these energies are competing. It's not competition. It's a friendly competition, right? Because these energies, they hold their own. What the message is giving me is there is a solid relationship here. And we can see the relationship and the movement between pregame and open door. If you want to switch them like this, is that timing is key. You have to know when to wait, when to stop, when to go, y'all. If this is about relationships, you're being urged to slow down. If reconciliation is on the board, you're being urged to return to wherever you go to meditate and reflect for answers and solutions, and think again, okay? If you thought twice already, think a third time type shit, all right? Let's go ahead now and see. Let's just clarify each card on its own, and then we will wrap up the read. Clarify pregame, dear beloved. Thanks so much for being here for a very exciting rendition of Luxe Workshop today, y'all. The Moon and the Seven of Cups. Okay, so now we have emotions coming out. We have mental energy to start. We have something unknown and mysterious. With the Seven of Cups, it's like there is a potential for overwhelm. You're being advised to size down and not overcommit. I think with the pregame, somebody's not ready for a commitment here. Okay, to what? Some sort of open opportunity for a new relationship specifically. Somebody's not ready to commit yet. They're still trying to explore their options. So the pregame has brought out this non-committal energy to clarify, both in the moon, in the watery section, in the water element of water, okay? Last week, Four of Pentacles. No, that was a different card. So let's clarify open door, y'all. I don't think I used this card last week for pressure test. That was golden opportunity that I was referring to with the Four of Pentacles. Okay, Eight of Pentacles. Let's see if anything else comes out. Wow, I see the message, y'all. Okay. Ace of Pentacles, just to clarify, just to confirm at the bottom of the deck, okay? So the message is, moving on, Six of Swords underneath that. The message is, Eight of Pentacles is about diligence and mastering a craft and putting time, work, and hours in. We talked about what pregame, something that's pre the game. It's not quite ready, right? So with the Eight of Pentacles, it's like there's this opportunity to build or move forward a relationship with somebody else, but you are more interested in taking care of, cultivating, preserving something that is energizing, motivating, and valuable in your world for you right now. So this energy, as far as just the movement, the interaction, you would be advised to make a clear note of how far along you are in the development of a particular relationship or situation here. Why? So that you do not get ahead of yourself and try to fit this pregame energy preemptively through this open door. Okay? I think the message in the last Luxe Workshop was something similar, and it may be an emerging theme because the concept of a workshop is building. So things that are in process, which is the exact essence of my oracle system to begin. We are about the journey, and the journey itself is filled with treasures and rewards, y'all. Thank you so much for coming to my channel and watching my video, beloved. I hope you enjoy, and let me know what y'all think. I'll see you guys soon, okay? Bye.